Starting the Cayo Perico scouting mission. I'm near my garage for the arena. So first of all I'm just going to get a vehicle out and just have a little bit of a drive around just to get to the beach. I'll call the sub out and start the mission. Okay, this is my workshop level. These are some of my vehicles. That's my DR1. It's okay, it's not too bad. That's the rat truck. That's what the big green ugly one over there starts life as. That's what it looks like before it gets turned into an apocalypse monster. That's quite a decent truck on its own. I can never remember what everyone's called. That's called the Night Shark, HVY, Hotel Victor Yankee Night Shark. That's supposed to be bulletproof, but it's not. It is and it isn't. It's not brilliant. This is one on the wheel in the casino. It's the Comet SR. It's not bad. It makes it sound like a sewing machine. This is one of my original cars. The Massacro race car. It's quite nice. Got a nice sound to it. Nice V8 engine. This is the car from El Rubio's mansion. On one of the previous heists, one of my mates put it in his backpack and we brought it back. And we cloned it, so we've all got one. No, I didn't really. I bought it from the shop. That's a classic Mini. That's or Issy, I think it is. Issy Classic. I can't make my mind up whether to leave that the way it is, because I do like it. All my cars have got like, most of my arena cars, if you like, have got like a red metallic paint job with a dew yellow, which is my crew colour apparently. Pearlescent over the top of it, which gives it a kind of an orangey tinge to it, which is kind of nice. But this car can be done into an apocalypse vehicle as well, but I kind of like it the way it is, and it is quite fast for other things. Like you've seen the DR1, the racing car. This is the I don't even know what it is. Western Nightmare Death Bike. It's not fully customised yet. I paid over 3 million for that so far, and it's still not fully done yet. It's just ridiculous how much they cost. If I'd known it were going to cost this much, I'd have bought the big tanker truck, because that costs about the same as what I've spent on that so far. This one, I probably spent about 3 or 4 million on it to get it looking like this. But this is the one I want to take out now. This truck is just so much fun. If you get a chance to get this, if you get a chance to buy this truck, buy it. You've got to buy an arena to buy it, unfortunately, but when I bought the arena it only cost me just over 1 million, so it wasn't too bad. But the scoop on the front is a personal weapon, and if you've never seen it in action, I'll show you now. Watch. I can do it as well. Put the lights on. The lights are green as well. Most of my vehicles now have got different coloured headlights. But if you tap on the X button twice, you get the turbo, and it goes like stink and launches. Launches cars well up in the air. I absolutely love this truck. I know we're sidelining from the Cayo Perico, but I've only just completed it like half an hour ago, so I've got to give Mr. Powell a chance to reboot the submarine, let's say. So we'll make his way over to the beach now. There's lots of destruction in this thing. Fantastic, I love it. Watch. Boing. I threw a police car, a cop car, probably 100 feet in the air a few days ago. It was incredible. Oh, there we go, I've done it again, look. Speeded up and gone past the beach turner. You just get carried away with things like this. These are just toys. If you do the Cayo Perico heist like 5 or 6 times, you can get an arena, get one of these trucks. Just look at the fun that you can have with it. Oh, it jumps as well. You press L3, it jumps. Stopping it is another thing. Okay, so we're going out to the beach now. It doesn't cope with curves very well because of the low sugar. I'm going to take a run at things sometimes. Okay, so so normally what I do now is call for the sub, call for the Sparrow, get on the sub, but I don't need to call for the Sparrow because I can use a jet ski to get out there. Request Kosatka, send personal vehicle back to base. There he goes, gone. So this is an invite only session. That's a crew session this. But most of my crew are American and will probably still be in bed at this time, I would have thought. It's like 11:30 UK time in the morning. So we got a nice yellow jet ski to match the yellow submarine. It's just materialised over there. And what it'll want us to do is go up to Grapeseed where the Vellum plane is. Single, well, you can get 4 people in that plane actually. Oh shit, it's bouncing again. Have to wait until it stops bouncing because I've glitched out on it a couple of times when it's been doing this, so just give it a couple of minutes and it'll stop bouncing. Hopefully. Actually, I'm going to ride away, see if it doesn't, see if it stops. It's literally glitched out completely before. It's not stopping, is it? Oi, stop! Tell something's not right when the propellers do it. Let's stop. It's glitching up. Shit, it's doing it. Okay. Okay. Right, in that situation, in that time, you have to, when this happens, you have to leave, basically, and find something else, which I've just, a friend of mine showed me this. There you go. It's glitched out completely. So that's a bit of a fuck up, unfortunately. There's one thing PlayStation need to sort out, or Rockstar need to sort out. Look, he's just walking on the spot. Okay, so now we have to do something a bit more drastic to start a job. So we'll go to a race. Go to one of my races. Start the job and then back out of it. If it'll let me do it. Other than that, I have to stop and abandon this. This wasn't what I was planning on when I started this prep. It's just my luck that this should happen now when I'm broadcasting. Not that anybody's watching at the moment, but there we go. I believe your first videos on YouTube are always a fuck up. Okay, this race that I'm doing now is called Cycle Escalator 2, or 2.5 I think it is, and it's one that I made in 2013. A lot of my friends were all saying how lame and tame Rockstar's races were, so I built like a motorcycle trials race, and I've done this hundreds if not thousands of times and I still fuck up on it. I originally built it as a bicycle one, but all my friends at the time just couldn't do it. Even when I went around them with it and showed them how to do it, they still couldn't do it. You've got to get your trigger work absolutely spot on to do it. I mean, to a certain extent, this isn't as fluid as what I normally would do it. I normally do it on the Manchas Scout, which is a little bit easier than this. This thing's more for enduro riding or adventure riding over long distances, over the top of the desert. Oh, there you go. It hasn't got the low down torque that the Manchas has got. So might as well just finish this race here now. More or less most of the way through it now. To a certain extent, I would imagine watching me doing this, you're probably thinking, oh, it's not that hard. See that? Most people go up there, but that's not actually the way that you go. You've got to follow the arrows, see there. Now when this were a bicycle race, those arrows weren't there, and most of this fencing wasn't here. In fact, I don't think any of this fencing was here. And what you had to do was come over here, pedal like fuck to here. See what? That's where the arrows are. Now I think I can still do this on a motorbike, but on a bicycle you used to get to here and do a bunny hop over there. So there you go. So I'm going to go back here because I'm doing this on my own. I'm not in any rush to do it, so there we go. That's how you do it. Wheelie, and you usually die. That's usually what happens when I do that. You've got to get into the wheelie just at the right time, otherwise for some reason you die. I have no idea why. It's just been one of those mystery things. Nice and gentle, basically. I think it's because if you're too aggressive, maybe who knows, the bike flicks up and kills you. Most people go up this ramp, but you don't do that, you just ride round here like this. The only reason this race is like it is now is because I just wanted it a trials race around Legion Square. And that's it. You just pop a wheelie and the finish line. I just wanted it around Legion Square, but you weren't allowed to do that. So now we're back out of this. Go back into a session and see if I can summon the sub properly this time. I think we'll go over by helicopter as well. People, fuck off! Sorry, my cat just keeps coming over and wants to be annoying. Okay, so we're back in an invite only session. That's good. You don't get any knobheads on oppressors flying around trying to kill you. So we'll request the Sparrow first. There it is. And of course the Sparrow is dew yellow. Matching the crew colour, and the submarine's like bright yellow. I mean, you know, if you're gonna have a submarine, you've got to have a yellow submarine, haven't you? Okay, so now call for Kasaka. See where he appears. It's usually Vespucci where it appears, but it's whichever ocean is the nearest to wherever you happen to be. So it'll probably be over here somewhere. Yeah. Vespucci Bay. Just a radio. I can't do with having a radio on. When I'm driving a car in real life, I don't like having a radio on. Unless it's late at night and I'm just driving on a motorway or something like that. But driving around town, I like to hear what's going on around me. Just hover off the back. Is that the bow, is it? Or stern, I can never remember. Right. It looks like it's floating normally now, so that's okay. So hover over just in front of the missile tubes. Yeah, press right on the D-pad and the sub lets us in. The tractor beam pulls us in, as we do on Star Trek. It's not going to work, is it? Right, I've put the microphone a bit nearer because I only need one ear plug in anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, never mind. Do I wish to proceed? I bloody well do, yes. Thank you. Gather intel. Right. So now I'll have a quick look at the map. So we need to go up to here. Here, and here. So rather than flying all the way there, what we'll do is we'll take the sub to just off the coast and fly to the LZ. Let's see, fast travel, yep.
I should have brought my wrench.
There we go, that'll do. That's near us, damn it. There we go. Give me 3 times Cayo Perico. What the fuck does that mean? Right. so we're now at our destination, or thereabouts. So, the first thing we do, I should have done before really, but I didn't. And I should have upped my armour really, but I didn't do that either, so hopefully I don't get shot. So, there's the Toreador, should be at the back of there, along with this mini sub. So we'll go through here. I always get lost in this place. Go up to the canteen. There we are. Get some free snacks. Like I said, I should have done this before really, but in my excitement. There we go. Right. You can also get snacks in the nightclub and the arcade as well, in the bar, and other people's bars and arcades and things. No, run it again, on the wrong way. Always doing that. Okay. So we get in the helicopter, fly over to the landing zone, kill the guards, get the plane, fly to Cayo Perico, which is the boring part. I don't know what I'm... So I did this heist about a month or two ago with some of my American friends, and they set off from the main airport for the heist, and like, I've never been able to work out how you do that. Anybody could tell me, I'd appreciate it. Try not to use the rockets on the Sparrow too much, because I did it once before and killed the Vellum, which was a bit of a pain. But what do we see? So I'm like shooting near to the plane, but not actually directly at it, because like I said before, I nearly killed it. Land here, snipe them. Of course there's a bush in the way. What the fuck are we? We're fucking standing next to them at this rate. Blast in the face. As the actress said to the bishop. Yep, very nice. Tap tap. Tap tap. It's dead. Anyway, for those that have asked before about I've seen on various videos and then vlogs and things. Money in here. Ooh. you can't get it, unfortunately. I don't know how many of you got these ray guns, but they're really funny. Whee! Okay, so now I need some more superpower. There we go. More armour, snacks, aim. If you aim with when you're taking snacks, you don't take individual ones. You just take the whole lot, as many as you need. Okay, so now the boring part comes. during the prep mission, unlike the heist mission, the actual mission itself, you can swap clothing. You can wear whatever you like. You can wear your scuba gear, you can wear any of your saved gear, you can wear a clown costume if you want. The guards just see you as whatever you are. They don't care about what you're wearing. But you've got to try and stay as stealthy as possible. I generally get caught a couple of times. Because I'm a daft old cunt who don't watch what I'm doing. So, there you go. Usually takes about 5 or 6 minutes or so to fly to the yellow dot, the rendezvous point. But it's the longest 5 or 6 minutes of your life. It really is. It's just boring as hell. And you've got to keep your eye out. You've got to keep your fingers going. You can't just let it do it itself. This is what happens when you do it. Just slowly drops down. Just give it a bit of adjustment there. Yeah, this is another of the Grand Theft Auto vehicles that won't steer itself. We keep pulling back a little bit on the stick now and again to make it do it. We're getting closer now. It's once you get down to the port down there, the last place on the map. Once you get past the back corner of there, the end corner, that's when it usually changes. And you can just let go then. Let it do its thing. A little bit. I think it's generally if you just fly in the general vicinity of the map, of the dot, sorry. If you look on the mini map on the bottom left, you see where it gets dark. It's generally where it phases out. There we go. Okay, so we go through the cutscene now of landing at the airport and being searched by one of the retard guards. You'll see what I mean when we get there. They're about as friendly as angry diarrhea. Let's see.
Why can't you assholes be on time for once, eh? Arms out, let's go.
The kind of guy who want to poke his eyes out.
Okay, get over there.
Tell him that his mother should have aborted him at birth.
Go on.
Just because you are disguised as smuggler.
I haven't learned how to edit yet. When I learn how to edit, I'll show you some pictures that I've taken. Because I haven't met anybody yet that's got the pictures that I've got. I came here one day, and when you come here, it's always night time. And if you put your clock on, if you put your I'll show you. Put your phone up. It's 0000 12 o'clock. All the time. All the time that you're here. That's what time it is. I came here one morning at about 6:30 in the morning. I just woke up early and thought, sod it, I'll do a prep mission. I'll do the scoping mission. And I looked at I pulled the phone up and it was 6:30 in the morning. And I thought, that's a bit weird. It's the same time as it is now in the UK. So, and it was light on the island. It was like the sun was coming up. and I went to the, I was in a Jeep and I got to the control tower and I could see something at the end of the runway, which is that way, straight forward ahead. So I got on, I drove the Jeep to the end of the runway, trying to think what it was, trying to work out what it was, and there was an aircraft carrier sat there, and it's like, nah, what's an aircraft carrier doing there, you know, like off the island of Cayo Perico? So it was rolling a little smoky bloke. So I took a picture of it and thought, right, well, I'm going to have to get a boat now. And so I went down to the North Dock, I think it's called, on the right hand side, got an inflatable, went out to the ship. As I was going towards it, it was still there. I thought it's going to disappear at some point, or I'm not going to be able to go near it. The defences aren't going to let me do it. So I took a picture of it while I'm driving towards it on a inflatable, on a boat. So I got closer and closer, got within the loading bay at the back like you do when you do the cargo missions. Got inside it, went through the boat, killed all the soldiers that came up against me like you do when you do the cargo missions again. Got up onto the flight deck, killed everybody on the flight deck, replenished my armour and health, and all the jets and helicopters were there. So I thought, nah. So I took another picture. Took a picture with me standing on a jet with the cockpit open, pointing at Cayo Perico. So there isn't anywhere on Los Santos without these trees and this kind of backgrounds, and it says like at the bottom what it says, so it was proof basically of where I was. I've got all these photographs on my gallery and on my friend's messages. I sent him screenshots of it all, and then I managed to get on a plane and I managed to fly all over the island, which I got a picture of that as well. And then when I flew over the centre of the island where the grass farm is, where the weed farm is, one of the guards must have seen me or must have flown through his cone. Next thing you know, I'm on the ground being kicked the shit out of by two guards, and they throw me at, like, literally this is what happened. They don't just punch you with the gun, the two of them kick the shit out of you. And they brought me up to the airport and it was like, right, fine, sorted. Went back to the end of the runway, the carrier had gone. So it was like, right, fine, that must have just been an absolute, I don't know where it came from, how it was there, but I've got the pictures to prove it. Anyway, I've rolled my smoke. I'll light it up, choke my way through it, as you'll probably hear, and start this mission. So, there's one guard up here at the moment, and he doesn't give a shit whether you're there or you're not. So first of all we check over here. Nope, this is where the guard uniform is sometimes. So then we go over here. This parking space here is where the truck is parked sometimes, but again it's not there, so it's probably down at the North Dock again. So we'll come and see what's in here. Some weed, so take a picture of it. Might not do that. Oh yeah. Send the picture to Pavel the Naval, whatever his name is. We want cocaine really, because cocaine's easier to sell. So now what we'll do is we'll just have a walk up here. Sometimes the guard uniform appears here, but no, it's not there today either. So now we'll get a motorbike and we'll go down to the pier, which is on the left hand side about half a mile away. We'll get that bike over there. We don't need to scope the power station or the control tower because it's already been done. It's on the map, so go down here. Got to be careful with some of these bushes because some of them aren't soft. Like those are soft, those aren't. If you ride into them, it's like riding into a brick wall. So what we do now is we ride down to this little pier, this boat pier, although you can't launch anything off it. And normally at the end of here, at the other side, there's a box with the guard's uniform in it. Oh, there it is, look. So then when we come back on the heist, we come here first, put the guard's uniform on, and we can basically freely walk around the map wherever we like, unimpeached by the guards. They'll just leave us alone completely. I'm not sure if unimpeached is the right word, but they leave us alone anyway. So I'll send that to Pavel.
Uniforms. You could disguise yourself as a guard. It would not be perfect, but might be enough to fool them briefly. I will mark location on screen.
Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll go down to the North Dock. I think that's what it's called. Just ride straight across here. Avoiding the guard and the CCTV cameras. And literally just wait for him to turn a little bit. Getting a bit close there. Don't have to worry about the speedboats, they're not bothered. There's that guard over there by the water tower. Just wait for him to fuck off. There we go. It should be the room now. Right down here. To see if the truck is here, so I'll just leave the bike here. Oh. Luckily it doesn't have petrol in it, so it won't fall out. Just go up here. Should be able to see the truck's usually parked on the corner down here. There it is. I'm not sure if we can get a picture from here or not. Should be able to zoom in. Good.
Guard truck. Very good. You drive this wearing those uniforms. You walk through the front door.
I'm not going to find the bike now. I'll be somewhere. Doesn't really matter if I can't find it. I can always get another one. I've done this before. I should have parked it on there really, but green motorbike on a green background is kind of difficult to find. It's gone. Let's see it. Roma. That's a bummer. There's usually one parked around here somewhere. About where that guard is over there. Keep an eye on the map, make sure I'm not overlaying anybody. So I could jog over here. I'm just going to turn the music off. It's somewhat annoying. Better. Where's that guard gone? There he is. Let's go with this instead.
Ah, cash. Marking location now.
Oh, they've caught me. It's not a problem that, because I can just get another. I can get a bike now. Go back to the airfield. I don't have to struggle. You can be caught up to 5 times. I think on the 5th time you get. I have been caught that amount of times when I was just pissing about and not doing it right. I wasn't really thinking about what I was doing.
Remember, the guards think you are nothing but filthy smuggler. You break the rules too many times, they break you one time, with no need to do it again.
Okay, so that bike's gone now. We can't get that again. But there should be one up here. And this guard doesn't care, you can shadow walk him. Anyway, when you're running up here, when you get to this big post here, the bike always falls over. Watch. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh, it hasn't done. Every other time it has done. Okay, so now we know that the truck is down there. So what we do is we come to the island on the heist. I have done a video on the heist, whether you watch it or not, I don't know. And now we just ride around the coast. I did explain in the last video how to get up the cliff face, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. So just watch where you're going so you don't go in the ocean, but also watch the map as well, make sure you don't ride through any cones. In places like this, you've got to be particularly careful. Like that, because that happens. Shit. Okay, we'll have to do it on foot then. That's a bit of a bummer, but never mind. That's the name of the game. So I'll just bullet this map up a little bit, make sure there's nobody about. Come to the road, there's usually a motorbike somewhere. It's finding the damn thing. I'm going to go back a bit, I think. Pretty sure I saw one over here. There's some bush in it here. You can't ride a bush. Fucking bikes all over the place usually. Just not today. Okay, never mind. Do it on foot. Takes a bit longer. Quite a lot longer. Oh shit. Oh, keep going, keep going, keep going. Shit. It's like going through a fucking minefield, this. It really is. Okay, so just run to that corner there. When one of my mates on here does it, he always runs. It takes him bloody ages, and I'm doing the same myself now. Oh shit. This is a problem now. Car there. Make sure he doesn't come down here. No, he's not coming down here. So now we need to zigzag, which means going across here. There's basically a checkpoint down here. We've got to get through it without getting snagged, which is kind of difficult. So this is like the traditional way of doing this now. It's the way most people come, I believe. You just got to literally walk through here.
Hey, you can't be here.
I've been seen again. That's twice I've been caught now. Bummer. So now, I don't think there's any motorbikes left. So it's not proving to be that fruitful, this mission, is it? I was hoping it'd be pretty straightforward like they always are, but not today, because I'm broadcasting. Nothing is ever straightforward. Is that bike up here? Oh, it is. Thankfully. Right. Is it going to fall over? No. It's not going to do it for me today. Right, so I'm going to try and do the same thing as we've just done, but I'm going to try and be a bit more stealthy this time. Easier said than done. So once again, ride up the coast. I'm going between these cameras this time. Slow it down a bit. Just weave my way through. Nice, does it? Nice and gentle. guard turns away from the edge. Should be okay. That's good. Wait for this guy to fuck off now. He should turn back and we'll start walking up there towards the truck. Just give it a few seconds. Come on mate, there he is. Good boy. Just very gently ride over here now. Like I was saying on the other video, get to here, do about 20 mile an hour wheelie up, full power, jump. There we go. Okay, so that's look. Right, so wait until this guy in the tower turns around. So I need to ride up. There we go. Right. This is actually quite hard, this bit. Not that hard this time. And again, just ride around the coast to get to that here. Sure, I'm not crossing any cones. Nice and gentle. Up here. Watch out for that vehicle there. Guard that camera there, so I've now got a clear shot over the road. Hopefully. Up to the tower. Stay well, make sure that truck or whatever it is isn't coming up here. I think he turns left there, yeah. Okay, so
Do not assume access point to the network will be the same this time. Signal box may have moved. Check high, check low.
yeah, sometimes the signal box is there. It's not there, is it? Other times it's on that wall there. But other times it's at the top. So you press up on the left stick and X at the same time and he climbs a lot quicker. You generally don't have to worry about that guard. He doesn't turn around that much, I don't think, and even if he does, I don't think he'd see you up here. I'm a bit absent-minded, these guards on this. Right, so it must be at the top then. It's another of those Vault Lab ones. Absolute bloody pain in the arse it is. I hate it. No idea how I did that. Just completely random.
Okay, I have access. The app is on your phone. Let us take a look.
Okay, so we'll just go over here a little bit. The view from here is absolutely incredible. You can see all the island. That's El Rubio's mansion down there with his helicopter pad in the background. And when we do the mission, well I've actually done a mission last time on the last video, you actually drive down that road and into the main compound rather than going through the drainage tunnel. You can go through the drainage tunnel if you like, but it's if you're doing the mission on your own, you can't go into any of the side rooms and get the gold or anything. So all the things that you scope, or a lot of the things that you scope, you want the weed and the cocaine really. We might have a look for that after this, but once we've scoped this, we can either get caught, we can parachute, we can get back on the bike, or we can do whatever we like basically.
Let's have a look in the vault room, in the basement.
So you just pan the camera around. There's no point with the camp with these, with Panther Cam. It just basically shows you the layout of the compound, where you need to go. That building there that you can just see in the background in the middle, that's the main part of the mansion where you go to get to the vault. And this is the vault. There's nothing in this cabinet. Bearer bonds.
Looks like bearer bonds. Untraceable cash must be useful for men like Mr. Rubio. And even more useful for those robbing him, huh? Okay, position locked. Remember, you are not a pack mule. There is only so much you can carry. You want more? Bring friends.
Yeah, that board over there is where the paintings go. My cat's getting rather annoying here, she wants to join in. Where those pictures are on the wall at the back is where the safe is. If you go there and push on the wall, press right on the D-pad, I think it is, that's where the cash is, and the first aid. And the desk there is where the golden gun is, just behind the horse. It's in a secret drawer that you have to get a key for. That's another picture frame. There's nothing in there. There's usually gold or money on those tables. Right, there's the money.
It's on your planning screen now.
Paintings.
Possibly very lucrative. I will note down where it is. Gold.
If you want to go in these side storage rooms, you need two people to do the mission really. You can't really do it by yourself. There are ways that show you on YouTube how to do it, but I've tried it, I've never been able to do it myself. Which is a shame, because the gold's worth the most, apparently, out of all the secondary targets. Oops. Missed that one. I don't think there's anything in it anyway. No. Oops, wrong way. These are just like there's a guard in that tower there. I generally go around and shoot all the guards. Some of my friends just kill the ones that are in their particular way, in the way that they're going to go. That's a way that you can get in and out using a grappling hook, apparently. I've never done it personally. That's the main gate. It shows you all around the front of the compound, and that light in the background in the middle there behind the trees, that's the actual gate, or the gatehouse to get out of the compound. There's usually a couple of guards on that. Again, headshots. If you don't shoot them and you hit them in the head first shot, they set the alarm off. If you hit them in the chest, they still have the chance to set the alarm off. That's another way of getting in the south wall. Then we're back to the animal cages where the panther lives. So now Right, so that's that done. Goodbye, Mr. Panther. I've got my own little panther sitting on my desk here. She insists on being a part of it. So now we have the decision, do we jump off the tower to the airstrip and parachute? We'll probably get to that dock there perhaps without being spotted. I think maybe get in a boat if possible. So I think we'll do that. And you press L1 and R1 at the same time. Try and choose a route where there isn't anybody hardly, if you can. Lovely job. I didn't see me. That's good. Right, so oh, brilliant. No boats. Typical. So, what the fuck? Where are we? There's the main dock over there. Suppose I could swim round, couldn't I? Okay, so we'll swim round to the main dock and see if there's any boats there. I mean, I suppose in the time I'm doing this I could swim round to the airstrip. But I'd rather do it this way. Just there's one, look. Okay. So that boat, that guard moves there. Hopefully he'll turn around the other way. There we go. Gotta be so careful with these boats sometimes. There we go. That's good. Right. Very good. Okay, so now we can go back to the airstrip, hopefully, undisturbed. Stay away from the patrol boats, although they don't bother you. You can actually steal a patrol boat if you want, but it takes a bit of doing. Actually. I did get the guard uniform, yeah, that's good. I've always got to check these things because you just never know. Right. And that's basically it. It's taking over an hour. I mean, most people when they do this, they don't take as long as me, but it gets done. Get back on the plane, fly back to Los Santos. start doing the prep missions. Which I guess will be the next video. So until then, this is AD Mad signing off.